Hello and welcome to the Pasks of Pen Hen. Just a quick solstice update for you, although it is the 22nd today, it was working yesterday. It's been an interesting year. We had one of the coldest winters we've had in a long time, very cold for extended periods of time, well below -10 for about 10 days. Really cold, so lots of things have died that possibly would have survived. Then we had a very late spring, not particularly wet, and then we've had one of the driest springs, early summers that I can remember. We've had about 8 weeks with fairly heavy dews most days, but it's been very dry. We've had about 3 or 4 days of light showers and that's about it, so watering's been a nightmare. Most of the seed that I got that's self-seeded is germinated. Seed that I've bought in, new stuff, really patchy germination. First couple of lots of peas that I put out, so 2 lots in succession, all eaten by birds and slugs, so the peas are really late. We've had a major family bereavement, so concentrating on that. Nan, who's now 101, has also been very poorly, so lots of time with that. So yeah, it's been an interesting year, but we have things going on. So I'll show you around the gardens now, show you where everything is. It's warts and all, as it always is. Piles of weeds, piles of rubbish about, but it is what it is. Okay, so we'll start off with a little polytunnel tour. So dahlias looking absolutely splendid, especially against the calendula there. So, oh, I've got a bug on me. The tomatoes here, these are blue bayou. Lots of aubergines. I've got lots of different varieties of aubergines. I'll have to do a separate talk on that one. These are my plum tomatoes. I don't know if you can see, just starting at the bottom there. Whoop. Nice big mint, needs cutting back. So here we have some garlic. So I had some garlic hung from the top of the polytunnel a couple of years ago to dry out. All the little tiny cloves dropped off and have self-seeded in the ground, which is quite interesting, I thought. So these are Golden Sunrise, so my nice yellow tomatoes. More aubergines. Got my poor solitary little Winter Density lettuce, the only one that is germinated this year. Really bad problems with germination this year. Got some coriander gone to seed, so we'll collect that. It's my Crown of Prince squash. Cucumber. I also have a couple of types of melon here. So we've got chanterelles and honeydew melon. I have gherkins. And we have a couple of types of cucumber here. So Telegraph and the little round yellow ones. The elephant garlic, so too much was happening at the time, so they went to flowers. I couldn't take the scapes off in time, so they'll be left in. It's their first year, they'll stay in until next year now. All these garlic, so the garlic, so polytunnel full of garlic, will be harvested today, this evening now, because it's getting too hot in here. So these are the red Brandywine tomatoes. So these are a bit different because these are a potato leaf tomato, but the tomatoes are absolutely delicious. One of the heritage types. Again, showing how poorly things have been germinating this year. So spring onions, very patchy. Beetroot, not too bad. They're multi-sown in there, but they're just not looking very healthy. Got winter cabbage and swede, just not doing very well at all. Lots of things are being cooked, to tell you the truth. So these are my Black Russian tomato. So these are a beefsteak tomato, more aubergines. This bed is rocket that's been self-seeding for a couple of years, interspersed with peppers. So we'll pull a bit of the rocket out this evening. Got little black cherry tomatoes growing nice and big. We have, these are Marmande. There's another beefsteak tomato there. More aubergines. Nice big basil. Going to do a pesto on Saturday. We have here big bed of peppers. The broad beans were planted last autumn. They've all produced, done, cut back to ground level, and they're all sprouting again, and they've got little flowers on. Saves me having to replant, save seeds, all the rest of it. These tomatoes, these are my Elsa Craig tomatoes, so standard red salad tomato. More garlic. So here we've got some wallflowers, some night scented stock, a few more basil, some teasel, and oxeye daisies, which will be going out soon. So that's it for the polytunnel. It's getting a bit warm. I can actually feel the warmth running down my back, shall we say. So we'll have a look at the rest of the garden. Oh, in the back, exciting, we have my sweet corn growing. I've got some in the corner there. Those are, what are they, Belotti beans growing. Pretty sunflower. Let me just show you the garden, how pretty it is. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. I'm not really that sad that it's not doing so well, because it's just beautiful being in here, and the time that I have been able to spend I've really enjoyed. So as you can see, there's piles of rubbish everywhere, and there'll be more piles of rubbish about in a bit as well. So these are my leek begged for this year. Really good. We have, what are you? I think these might be some more cauliflowers. There's a label. Label. I don't know what happens to labels. I really don't. I'm so careful at putting row labels in, and they just seem to disappear. Hey, I found one. Woohoo! So this one is, yep, all year round cauliflower. So I presume these will be Violetto. Yay, there we go, found a label. So that's Violetto cauliflower. If the picture isn't good, I'm really sorry, but the sun is glaring and I can't actually see what I'm videoing. So these, so I've got certain patches along the beds. We have, these are a new type of squash that I'm really excited about. They're called Chogia, which not only sounds amazing, they look amazing. They're dark and knobbly with bright orange, dark green, grey, really knobbly with bright orange flesh. The kohlrabi, look, these went from 0 to hero. Really good. Again, look, a red cabbage in the middle. No idea why. Don't know what's happened. Strangeness, just strangeness everywhere in life this year. Tons of borage all self-seeded, but the bees will be loving it. I have to wear long trousers though, because it's really prickly on your ankles. So this should all be the same type of kale, Cavolo Nero, but it's all very different. Really weird things happening in the Pask family. Busy bee being happy. Here, nettles, deliberately grown, I must admit. These are for the butterflies. We have my little Sweeties. So these are starting to come along nicely there. Need a jolly good watering, but they are coming along. Coming along. Buzzy bees. So this is, as you can see, like just debris and weeds everywhere, but nah.
Now she finishes maring about the weeds, I'm just going to show you the garden just as the sun is setting here, and all the work she has done de-weeding the garden and getting rid of stuff because it looks great. So we've got some nice blossoming flowers, and we hope you enjoyed Teresa's tour of the garden and the polytunnel, and we'll see you in the next video.